let's see how we did now. We're back. We're back. Over and out. Oh, yeah. All right, all right, all right, YouTubes. Woo! Super Tech live stream. Yeah. All right. He is a super tech, everybody. I'm just getting the volumes dialed in. He's a super tech. Super tech. How was everybody's day today? Friday, little Friday refrigeration, H.V.A.C. day at work? Yeah? Um, let's see how everybody's day was. The NorCal Refrigeration Super Tech Friday Wrap Up, starring NorCal Dave. He's a super tech in his own mind sometimes. I'm going to jump in on the comments here. Um, let's see who's in the house. Oh, Marco's in there. Marco's old time follower of the NorCal channel. What's up, Marco? Um, put some pimp music in the background. Working on it. Mr. Nice Guy was searching for leaks. Let's see. Greg Bowen worked on a glycol system boiler. All right. Marco's all good. Let me go back. Hello, Steve Stone. Hello from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hi, Steve. What's up? Yeah, I'm kind of sober tonight. That's scary, scary thoughts. I might be able to answer some refrigeration questions today. Who knows? It's just coffee, boys. Just drinking coffee. You guys know that. Let's see what I got going on here. Don't get the feedback, Dave. All right, let's see. No longer sideways. Yeah, that thing was all sideways. PMs, some on some IntelliPacks for Alan H.V.A.C. and refrigeration. Can I be a super tech pretty please? Shannon, you are a super duper tech, Shannon. I like Shannon's videos. Shannon makes good videos. Um, Jameson to the rescue for Marco. Now I'll have plenty. Next weekend I'll be on the El Diablo run down in San Felipe, Baja California on the motorcycles. And what's cool is I'm going to do a live stream from there. I'm going to see if I can get Eric, my road dog, to come on with me after we've had a couple, because he is absolutely one of the funniest people on earth. And I'm going to see if maybe we could set the table up, get a nice little view. I'll try and do it in the afternoon because I know the cameras struggle at low light, so nighttime would be a bust. But maybe like in the afternoon, evening, get the thing set up. And then see if maybe we could bring a few people in to come and say, say hello on the channel. And maybe I'll have a thing where if you're going to sit down and come live with us, you have to have a cocktail or something, or a beer. And we'll see how much of a train wreck we can create on the live stream. I think it'd be real easy to do with all the gear. The gear I have is real tiny and portable, and I'll make a video one day and show it, so you can do all the silly stuff. You could add sound effects, you could add more people speaking. I can pump in the music. Gary Black Jr., what's up, Dave? What's up, Gary Black Jr.? Arizona Cobra Runner. Nice. So if you guys saw my the post I had on the community about wearing your sunscreen, wear your sunscreen. My face is healing up pretty damn good. Yeah, look at, I think that's the side they burned off. So wear your sunscreen in the sun. Wear your hat, keeps covered up, or you'll be getting all zapped and burned up like my face was. Catch that stuff early enough, you'll be just fine. And then of course prevention. I'm not paid by these guys or sponsored, but this Headhunter sunscreen, I use the 30 FPS. If you do water sports or stuff like me and the kid like to go surf, dude, the Headhunter lasts. You could put this stuff on and be in the water for like 3 hours. I'm not kidding. Now that's a long time if you're out on a surfboard. Trust me. My old fat ass ain't lasting out there for 3 hours anymore. But it, you know, it says on here water resistant for 80 minutes. But I've been out there all day with this stuff on without reapplying, and it's done really well. And I don't know if that means I don't get the UV protection after 80 minutes or not, but that's the one that's my go-to Headhunter. Hunting heads. 110 super block for Marco. Yeah, the higher the better. I got some stuff I put on my face for work that's 50 FPS. It was on sale at Costco for $9 for two containers. Because I'm always looking for the cheap one. Do sharks like the flavor? Well, Rich, GT, I hope not. All right, so let's start the night off with the joke of the day. I heard a joke from a coworker today. So I'll ask you guys. What was the most washed body part for 2020? And you can put a comment in there. Think about it for a minute. What was the most washed body part in 2020? And then we'll get to the punchline. The hands, yeah, probably the hands. That make with the Rona, that makes sense, right? Everybody was washing their hands. What was the most washed body part in 2020? Marco's saying the hands. One guy got it. Your brain. Flub Zero nailed it. The brain, your brain. That was the joke at work today. Little Chingus. He said my shaft. Do we have to answer in the form of a question? No, it was the brain. The brain was the most washed body part in 2020. Oh, man. They said that one at work today. I was cracking up. So let's see. What did I work on at work today? Oh, more pump seals, man. It's been pump seal year. Another pump seal, another failed expansion tank. Let's see, what else? Blew down steam boilers. I got to do that daily. Helped a coworker pipe in a 3-way valve up in the attic. Felipe, what's up, Felipe? Thanks for joining the live stream. We had a big 10-inch diaphragm on a pneumatic heating water valve that failed. We got the parts in, got that done. That's the kind of stuff I do in my day job. Then I did one maintenance on a walk-in box. I was gonna get video, but the place I went to is like this juice place, and they were so busy packing their stuff up for the farmer's market for tomorrow that the carts, it's like, hey man, can you move? Hey man, can you move? Then they ran the cart into me. I just didn't even film. I wanted to. It would have been cool. I had the iPad there with all the smart probes on. I was knocking their socks off. It makes you look like a super tech rocket scientist, and you got your gauges on your iPad. Yeah, check it out. So I was doing all of that baloney. I hate pump seals. Takos suck. Well, you got to remember, little Chingus on the Taco, the nut that holds the impeller is left-handed thread. That can really get you in a pickle. The Bell and Gossets are all standard, and the Taco pumps are left-hand thread, and that can really screw up your day if you're trying to get the impeller off and you don't know that. So I don't know if a lot of you guys work on hydronic pumps and stuff, but the Tacos, all the Tacos we have are left-hand thread for the retaining nut for the impellers. So that's always fun. A lot of times I'll end up having to heat the impellers up with my torch too. to get the metal to expand to get them to pop off the shaft. I got a bunch of tricks. And then a coworker showed me a good trick for slipping the seals back on. So you gotta heat the little sleeve off too to get the sleeves off of the bell and gossets. So you never just change a pump seal. It's the pump seal and the sleeve. They used to be stainless steel. Now I think they're making them out of copper. And the sleeve goes on the shaft of the motor. And you heat it to get those off. Just heat it up with your plumber's torch. Heat those things up, and they'll slide off. The new one comes with an adhesive that you put on there. You slide the new sleeve on, let it dry. Then you got to get your, rebuild it, get your shaft seal to slide over it, and you can just get your, your soap bubbles for leak checking. Spray it on there, slide right on. That's a good little trick. My coworker Ryan showed me that. How long you been on, Dave? Just got home. I just started, Roger. We just got rolling. Hey Dave, did you hear that Dolly Parton is buying up all the Big Lots stores? Piggly Wiggly stores, Harris Teeter stores. I don't have those stores. We don't have those out here, Shannon. My town doesn't even have a Lowe's, bro. I was talking to Felipe, and he's got a Cobalt meter that he bought. $50, lifetime warranty. Thing looks pretty good. Maybe Felipe could put the model number in the chat. And I think he bought it because it's blue, but I told him I need Milwaukee red for my Niners. But I was telling him I don't have a Lowe's. We don't have a Lowe's. I have Home Depot, but I don't have Lowe's. And I don't have a Walmart in my town either. I think the closest Walmart's 45-minute drive. The hippies have tried to keep it from getting too commercial in town here, which is, it's cool. It's not bad. There's other places to go buy stuff. Everybody just buys crap on Amazon now. I do. I buy a lot of parts on Amazon. I think I said that in my last live stream. You can get parts cheaper on Amazon than through the parts house now. It's kind of crazy. Your town doesn't like blue, Felipe. It's got both, Felipe. It's got both. It's got both. So summertime's coming up, right? We're getting up close. I was thinking about this today. I'm like, I'll go do a live stream and I'll talk about, hey, Tyler Roberts, what's up? Weaver Maintenance. What month do you shut down your boiler for the summers? They don't shut them down here, bro. Those things, I've had arguments with higher ups than me about, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. So where I work, there is no air conditioning for humans. It's their bylaws. It's used to be a big liberal arts campus with the hippies and the whole deal. We don't get, actually up at campus, it's a lot warmer than down at the beach where I live. So we have microclimates. California is kind of like that. So it could be 10, 15, 20 degrees warmer at my day job, which is 1.5 miles from my house, from where my house is. So they don't have those kids, the students, the office workers, there's no air conditioning. They get heat, but no cooling. And speaking of turning off the boilers, I told the manager at the BMS, I'm like, hey, we know it's going to be a 90-degree day tomorrow, like summertime. You're checking the weather, right? Why can't we have it where the boilers shut off? Why preheat the buildings, 65, 70 degrees in the morning when it's going to be 90 degrees outside? Let's just keep those things off. I'm just a mechanic there, so I don't get to change things. They leave those things on. They do have a 65-degree lockout. So if the outside ambient gets to 65 degrees, all the boilers turn off. That's how they have it set up. Now, if someone's gone in there and switched the pump motors to hand, from auto to hand on the HOA, the boiler's never going to turn off. It's always going to make 180-degree water. But the BMS will show a mix match status, and then we'll get a service call. It's incredible how it's all set up. And then we get a service call for mismatch status, and you'll know that the boiler was left in hand. And that happens quite a bit. But they don't turn them off. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. You're listening to your podcast with Zach today in the van. Almost summer party time for us AC lovers. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about today. I was like, hey, I'll go online and we'll talk. So, Daikin mini splits there. Who uses the Daikin mini splits? Are all for server rooms. That's who uses the Daikyns. So all the Daikyns I work on are for cooling computers. So we can have, or other equipment, we can have cooling for equipment. Almost every dorm, let's see, so there's skyscrapers there, right? You got like 4, 5, 6, 7 story buildings. You might have 4 server rooms per building. And then all throughout campus are other server rooms. In the academic areas, there's server rooms. Now, there are science buildings where we have chiller plants for it, and that's where we do have air conditioning. So where they're doing research and other scientific experiments and things like that, those buildings are all cooled by chillers, and we have absorption chillers and regular screw type. I could make a killer video up there if they'd let me film. I gotta do a compressor change out on a York chiller. I'm gonna have to set up the gantry. We got this big gantry, but I'm gonna have to set the gantry up to get that thing out of there. It's gonna be, oh man, it'd be a good learning experience if they'd let me film up there, but I can't. Must be cheaper to maintain temps than to do rise of cooler days. It's just there's a lot of layers there. Whoa, hey, did you guys hear that one? Doing, doing. There's a lot of layers to get things changed there, but it would take time to change how things are set up. But it's fine. Love your videos, Dave. Any chance I could buy a NorCal refrigeration shirt to wear around Southern Illinois? Oh, the battery. My battery just went out. Let me get some batteries, boys. Hold on 1 minute. I got batteries. I could go USB-C. Give me 1 second, 1 second. So I can go USB-C or batteries. USB-C or batteries. Okay. He's almost back, ladies and gentlemen. Batteries. Bro. All right. Oh, shit. The batteries died. They were Duracells. I'm back. Yeah, so did you guys get it? I held the battery up and I had some spares. It's so funny. I can run this thing off USB-C, and I don't know why I didn't plug it into my battery pack. Oh gosh. Super tech fail. All right, so somebody smelled some marijuana in there. Shit, man, pass it around, man. Oh, I'm old enough to where, dude, I loved all those old Cheech and Chong movies. Have you guys seen those? I don't know how old you guys are. That was some good comedy. Those dudes they were funny as heck. Uh, Joseph Metis. Greetings from Phoenix. I love your videos. I listen to the live stream. I learn a lot. Oh, thanks, man. Chris Cooley, must be cheaper to maintain tips. Oh yeah, we already read that one. Let's see, Rich, love your videos. Any chance I could buy a NorCal shirt to wear around Southern Illinois? I need to work on that. I'm still working on it. I got 2 projects I'm working on, and I don't want to spill the beans. One's got mega potential to be pretty entertaining, and I hope it works out. And I'm not going to be the star of the show. I want to be the cameraman and like the sidekick. And it should be pretty cool if it works out. And I do. I should get a little bit of gear. Little bit of gear, little bit of gear. T-Tech, we grew up on Cheech and Chong. Heck yeah. Isn't that funny? Um, you look at the Cheech and Chong videos and you see SoCal in the late 70s, and the culture and everything's still pretty similar. It's pretty damn cool. I really dig it. It's Labrador, dude. Shannon. I like the one scene. So remember this one. Remember, I think was it next movie? And Chong comes out of the house and he's got the jar and Cheech is all, hey man, let me have a drink. He's all, no, no man. He's all, it's piss, man. I had my sister piss. I gotta go see my parole officer and for my drug test and she's pregnant. I'm really gonna screw with their minds. And then they're driving the van and Chong's in the passenger seat and he opens up the big old baggie and it looks like it's a big old sack of coke. And he's all, let me have some, man. And he's all, no man, I gotta make it last. This has to last. That's all I got. He's all, well, let me have a sniff. Let me just take a sniff, man. He's all, it'll be cool. Just let me have a sniff. So he opens the bag and he's all, and it's all over his face. And it was soap. And he's all, it's soap, man. He's all, blood. He's all choking and dying. And he hands him the cup of pee, dude. And he drinks it and he's like, what? And he's all dying and choking. And then John hands it to him again a second time. You gotta see that scene. Oh my god, it's so funny. I was dying. Oh, Mr. Ice. Which one did you get? I love some Cheech and Chong movies. How's my iPhone camera doing? So it doesn't want to focus on stuff. I'm on it right now. It's working right now. And I'm gonna roll the dice and take it to Mexico because I want to film a bunch of crap down there. And I'll take the GoPro too and see how it works. Transferring my data from the GoPro to the phone is how I usually do it. I'm usually okay when that happens. But I still think the iPhone films better than a GoPro. That's just my opinion. Especially if you're going to do like this YouTube thing. Hey, the phone's already in your pocket. You can edit and post from your phone. It's so fast and easy. That movie I did to Sturgis, I did most of that on the iPhone. I had the whole video edited, ready to download when I left Sturgis. The movie was done. Music, editing, everything finished. At night, the clips I did take with the GoPro, I downloaded to the phone, and then I would edit on the phone, and then the next day I'd film, do the same thing, film with the camera, film with the GoPro, and it was good. H.V.A.C. Trev, El Diablo, yeah, I'm getting ready to go. Matt, did you guys ever hear my El Diablo Run song? Let's kick it off. So I made a song about the El Diablo Run. It's got some funny ass lyrics in it, but it's telling the story of the El Diablo Run. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see if it'll play. Oh, I know what. You know what? I gotta turn the volume up on the iPad. Let's see if I can do a do-over on that. Whoa, we don't want to do that. Shaky bakey. Yeah, check this out. There's some funny lyrics in. It's got it all. But the most important thing, don't forget to shave your balls. That was some heavy lyrics. Every kind of bike until the night. Oh yeah. So there's this pack of freaking dogs. Like if you walk into town to go party at night from the Kiki's campground for the El Diablo Run in San Felipe, I don't know if you guys ever been to San Felipe, and I know it's not HVAC talk, but hang in there for a second. And the You're walking home and you're drunk because you've been at the bar and you're having a good time with your friends. And the freaking dogs, dude, they'll chase you down. Not kidding. And oh man, that's those freaking wild dogs out there. They'll chase you down and get you. Yeah, Roger. I probably have a song for everything. Or if I haven't, I was gonna make one. I was gonna make a song the other day and make a video called "Washing the Vangina," but I washed it at the car wash. But I had forgotten the tripod, so I couldn't put the camera up. I was gonna film it and post it up for you guys. I bet I would have got some decent views out of that. And I was gonna give the young guys tips. Start at the top of the van. Wash it from the top down. So when you wash it, when you rinse it, all the stuff your dad taught you when you were a kid. And how often do I work on comfort cooling? It depends. Most all my comfort cooling calls are at the restaurants. And I do have restaurants that have air conditioning. When they call, I'll go fix them. But half the restaurants here don't even have air conditioning because I'm on the coastal climate zone. So I've talked about this a million times. It doesn't get super hot here in summer, usually. Take the GoPro for backup, Felipe. Yeah, I will. And yeah, Roger G. Everybody hit that thumbs up. Ching, ching, ching. Family Sanchez at H.V.A.C. Is the fill piece SC480 a good meter? I don't know. I quit buying fill piece meters around 2002, 2003. Every one of them I had, when it rained, they'd die. And I came across that U.E.I. Phoenix meter probably 2002. And I still have it. It's over here in my backup tools. It's still working. And I bought that U.E.I. meter. And it lasted and lasted until Billy Noth had put that video up about the DL429. And then I bought that DL429. I didn't need a new meter, but I bought it. And that one's been working great too. So I quit buying fill piece meters. However, I did use the fill piece probes today, and the range on those things is ridiculous. And how fast they link up with the measure quick. I like the probes a lot. I don't know jack about their meters. I'm sure their meters have gotten a lot better. Just the way production and all this stuff. I'm running that little Uni-T, that little red meter in my quick bag. $50 meter, does DC amps and the whole deal. And they come in different configurations where you can get it for temperature or amps or whatever you're looking for. And you can buy the one that matches your needs the best. For $50 for a backup meter, it's not bad. We all have UEI at work. The resistant readings go bad on them, unfortunately. See, now that's good to know. Refrigeration and kitchen equipment tech. The resistance readings go bad on them. Huh. I'll have to check mine and see if it's gone haywire. But that's good information. Which, like at the day job, it's all fluke equipment. Is everybody at the day job, because we're not buying the tools that the university does. So it's all fluke. Which you guys all probably agree, that's probably the top dog meters. I think so. And for young guys starting out, it's expensive, really expensive. Hey Dave, big fan. Have you ever worked on any Saturn 2 door reach-ins? Never seen a Saturn reach-in. Lee, never seen one, not once. Fill piece much better Bluetooth than Testo. Yeah, we can talk. Let's talk about the Bluetooth on our meters for a minute. It was great when it first came out, and I was jumping on that thing. Wow, this is cool. But then reality hits, and you're running calls, and this is what I wanted to talk about on the live stream tonight too when we get busy because summer's coming. How often are we using the Bluetooth? Now I have to use it on my micron gauge because I bought that fill piece micron gauge. There's no screen on it, so I got to hook it up to my phone. I don't find myself using the Bluetooth a whole lot on the meters. I'd love to hear your guys' response in the comments. Do you guys use it a lot or not at all? What book do I recommend for refrigeration? Debbie Does Dallas Volume 3. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Shannon says the Unity 210E is the bomb. Um, we all had that basic refrigeration and air conditioning book, and there's a modern version of it now. And there's another dude at AC Service Techs. Um, Go to AC Service Tech. I'd highly recommend his stuff is all modern and new, and it's easy reading. He's got worksheets. He's got slide rules. If you go to acservicetech.com, Craig over there has tons of stuff for heating and air conditioning. And his material, I have a copy of it here, and I got it from him last year, and I think I gave a copy away. And it's an easy read. It's in layman's terms, but it's in depth and it's legit. So, all kidding aside, if you wanted to get book and study material, go to acservicetech.com and it's all on there. Great information. Great guy, great videos too. Honestly, probably the best YouTube channel if you're learning, or even for old timers like me that, hey, maybe I haven't worked on something in a long time and I need to refresh my brain. I'll type in his YouTube channel and he's probably got a video on something I need to work on that I having a little brain fart on. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Great videos. I have the Fluke 902FC and have used the Bluetooth feature maybe once. There you go. Alan HVAC and Refrigeration. Mr. Ice, I just like the Bluetooth so I don't have to freeze my balls off adjusting superheating freezers. Yeah, I was talking more about the multimeter Bluetooth. The probes is great. Unless you're using are you using like a dual temperature meter that has Bluetooth for setting superheat? That's a great way to do it too. I have the old Fluke 902. Remember the first version of the 902? It wouldn't do K ohms. Fluke really dropped the ball on that. So I had to upgrade and get the newer version at the day job. Let's see, HVAC Trev. Craig is the man. He has so many videos. Yeah, his stuff is the best. Testo's range is great when you work on rooftop units all day. Yeah, it works, Tyler. It does. It works. The Testos for doing package units, even the first generation was fine because you're gonna be right there on the roof. I Bluetooth all my jobs and record PDF attached to every invoice. Yeah, that's pretty legit, right there. Scotland Heating and Air Conditioning is in the house. Yep. I rarely use manifold these days. Use the probes and a ball valve with Measure Quick. Yeah, grindstone. If I was back working out all day long on rooftop units like I used to, that's all I would use too. I would just use the probes, and I'd probably have a couple spare battery packs to keep the. I really like the way Measure Quick looks on my iPad. It's cool on the phone too, small. But as you get older and your eyes deteriorate, dude, having it on the iPad is so nice. And I'm already paying for my cell service, so I'll hotspot my phone to my iPad because I just have the basic iPad that doesn't have a phone in it. And then I can get the internet on there too. So if you gotta, you get you're working, you're doing your thing, you got a couple minutes to look, you could do the Instagram and keep up with your buddies, and then switch back to work. Slide the page. Works out really good. Let's see. I only use the Bluetooth on the DL449 when an electrician wanders over and starts watching me. Everything I know about HVAC is from you and Hack-Free HVAC, so I know it all. Dude, I like Hack-Free HVAC. Dude, he's got his air conditioner running off his solar at his house, and he's doing it all himself with a VariDrive. You got to go on his channel and watch the whole all the episodes. It's absolutely amazing. He's heating his upstairs. Cooling his upstairs with it, and it's pretty neat. Got a R290 scale this week. Finally, game changer. Yeah, I broke down and bought a cheap one. Let's see, Steve Labs should make a book. Chapter 1, Give her the old Gundy mama. Chapter 2, this ain't no Taj Mahal, baby. Chapter 3, What would chapter 3 be? That dude's got the best lines, dude. Um, what to use to clean a system when there's a compressor burnout. For example, here in Mexico, we use nitrogen in 414B. I just flush them out with nitrogen. Just blow a crap ton of nitrogen through it. I did it the other day on that last little condensing unit I changed out. I had the little burnout smell to it, and I didn't have an acid kit on the truck, so I just dumped a crap ton of nitrogen through there till it kind of smelled better. Um, I hope all the crappy acid stayed in the old compressor that puked. Look at Gary Black Jr.'s about ready to pack a bowl. Hey, it's legal here in California. Light it up. Yeah, it is a tech. I got the Master Cool scale. Is that the one you use? Yeah, Bear Downs. I bought the Master Cool one. Um, you just got to make sure your wholesale house sells the R290 that fits the threads on that Master Cool, and then you'll be fine. Um, my wholesaler was trying to sell the Yellow Jacket one, which looks pretty good, but a lot of guys said just buy a paper scale at $17 at the Staples. Go to Staples, get a letter scale, and you could do it that way too. But it's so easy to screw the can in there on the scale and stuff. So we'll get it all down. So oh yeah, so man, I can't stay on topic today. Look, there's a squirrel. Um, I was thinking, summer's coming. We're all getting busy. So how in depth do we really get on our jobs when it's going hellfire? And let's say you show up in the morning, and I remember these days like it was yesterday. You'll show up at the shop. You got a stack of work orders. Here you go, man. Here's your day to start out. And then the boss goes, hey, we're going to work late today. We need to finish all the calls because the book's backing up, and I don't want the customers to be out 2 or 3 days or whatever the deal is. So you got to stack invoices, try and plan out your day. I would always try and hit the commercial calls in the mornings, especially if you had like a walk-in freezer or a reach-in freezer, or if it was a ice maker like at a gas station or a Quickie Mart or a bar. They need their ice, and they get real finicky about it. But the problem would be, you would go out on these calls, and then is it like, dude, are you triaging? Are you cutting corners? I did it. I did all that, especially when I was younger. How in depth, and that's how I came up with my whole term, multiple offender, because of all the times when I was young and I would get burned by going, ha ha, I'm gonna kick ass today. Ha, run. Where's my tennis shoes? And only seeing what was right in front of my face, thinking I had fixed it without looking at the whole picture. And I would always think back, it's like, damn, I do a good job if I take my time and get in depth on each job. But the reality was you couldn't do it. I worked at a shop that had 4 mechanics. That was it. 4 mechanics for 3 counties, and they weren't going to hire any more people. I mean, the way the shop ran it, that was maxed out. And then in wintertime, you get a little bit slow. You might have a little slow time. So yeah, they weren't going to hire any more people, and I know that happens a lot, especially with the way wages are nowadays. And I don't know how you combat that other than just going, hey, I'm going to dig into each job, and it is what it is. If I'm working till midnight, I'm working till midnight, I guess. Hopefully getting paid, And I was going to see what you guys get into when it gets like that. That's the reality of the trade. And when you've left the shop and you got that stack of work orders, you're still going to get more calls thrown on you that day, because that's just the way it works. Emergencies come in. Hey, I need you to pull off of there, Mac, and go over here and check this right now. Okay, cool. Rolling. Those are just the way that it is. You don't want to get burned out. I remember getting burned out. I've probably had major burnout in this trade probably 2 real good times, where You get a heat. You guys been through this too, but we can talk about it. It's fun to talk about, and it's just the reality of the trade. You get a good heat wave in summer, like a 2 weeker, and you've been running. Maybe the boss has you starting early, so you're starting at 7, and you're running till 10 at night. We did that a bunch, and after 2 weeks, and you're going 7 days a week, so there's no days off. The boss is like, "Hey man, we gotta work on the weekends. We gotta, there's just way too much work. Can you guys work the weekends too?" And it was always, yeah. You'd never let your coworkers down. You get 2 weeks of that, 14 days straight, and it's hot, and you're grinding. You're probably not eating good, and you're drinking tons of water and Gatorade and all that crap, and there's no time to party. You get burned out, and then you get after that 2 week rush, you got all that follow up work. So now every day, dude, you're humping compressors to the roof, changing out coils. You're going. So now maybe you're a month in of just grinding. Depending what else you have going on in your life, it can fry. You can get fried pretty quick. You can get the burnout, and then work doesn't become fun anymore. And I really like to have fun at work. And then you're in there just grinding, and you're going through the motions instead of, you know, digging in. The old burnout. The burnout makes you go, yep. Like Shannon says, is that a meter in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? Were you ready to freaking snap? On call week, 80 to 85 hours a week. I remember those days. I would always be the guy at the shop when it was my week to go on call, guaranteed 20 hours overtime minimums every single weekend. Now I'm just talking Friday night through Monday morning. I'd be the guy that would always get the 20 hours. And I would always put in, I don't know why I did it. I'm just a screwball. I would always tell the boss, I'll take Labor Day weekend. And I had one Labor Day weekend. And I might have just did it to stay out of trouble. I don't know. And I was the Labor Day weekend guy. And I had one Labor Day. I'll never forget this. I had 3 dead compressors by 10 in the morning. Now you got to remember, in my town on the weekend, back then the parts house we used was in San Jose, so you'd have to drive over the mountain all the way to San Jose to get parts. Have those guys open on the weekend, and then come back. But the way it worked was, I think I got one compressor, drove back over the hill, got it changed out, and it was at it was in the restaurant for a hotel. Packed to the max, had to be done right now. The next one was the big walk-in box at the liquor store, about 2 towns over, and it was a 5-horse, the Tecumseh, the Tecumseh 5-horse pot, and I don't even remember giving the guy a quote or whatever. He's just like, "Do it, I gotta have this thing." Da 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 da. And I remember by the time I got done, I think it was 2 in the morning when I got done. And where was the third compressor was at a sushi restaurant. It was a small one, like a 4440. But they wanted the prep table working for the holiday weekend. So I had 2 good ones. The first one was up in the attic on top of the box, of course. It was a bastard. Second one was sweet. It was outside. I got to pull my truck right next to it. At the back of the liquor store where you could pull your truck right up to the back. I love those ones. Those were great. And it was just go for it. Yeah, so I got done at 2 in the morning on that one, and then the next day, I think it was an all day or just service calls. But yeah, you can get squirrely doing the refrigeration. Trust me, once I got a chance to get in the union and work for the shop that did all the rooftop units, I jumped ship. I think I had done refrigeration from 1987 to 2003, and in 2003. I jumped to a union HVAC shop that did nothing but package units, and I did that till 2013, till I got that job at the university. And I enjoyed doing all the package units. That was good work. That was fun work. And then I started having my weekends. We didn't have an on call or a pager at that shop. It was amazing. And dude, and we were doing the hospital and everything. They knew how to get a hold of my boss, and he could get a hold of me if there was an emergency on a weekend or something. But it was great. Great times, different lifestyle. I see the grocery store guys. If you're a young man and you're disciplined and you got your S together and you want to rat hole money and just bankroll tons of cash, get on with the grocery store. Refrigeration guys, you'll work a million freaking hours, and if you save your money, you did so much overtime, you could really, really, really bankroll a boatload of cash and learn a ton of stuff. But the grocery store stuff is a grind. That's a whole nother beast. Whole nother beast. 25 union and loving grocery store refrigeration. Tony Williams, yep. Bankroll your money, Tony. Just work, 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 work. Don't buy nothing. You don't need a speedboat. Well, you might need a Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson would be all right. You don't need a fancy car or a hot big truck. Just rat hole that money. And yeah, you'll be stacking chips in no time. Bear Down's got it. It's all right though if you spend some of that money on a Harley Davidson. That'd be all right. I could endorse that. But no, you could rat hole so much cash. I was a bozo with my money when I was young, dude. I got into this trade. I've told you guys that story. I got into the trade in 1987. Was making $10 an hour. But dude, I partied. I ain't gonna lie. Stupid stuff. And then you'll get a divorce because you're never home, and your wife will take half your money. T-Tech is absolutely correct. That is absolutely 1,000% correct. So that's why you got to jump in the trade when you're young, stay single, make that money, and then when you get ready to settle down and meet a chick and settle down, then you can go work for the H.V.A.C shop and be a commercial air conditioning guy. And then you'll have your weekends and life will be good. Oh, T-Tech, that's absolutely hilarious. I had a coworker that just went through that. Oh, miserable. Terrible. Yeah, that's a tough one. Um, your videos are amazing. Can't believe I caught the live chat. Huma, Louisiana, 2 thumbs up. Jesse Story. Oh, Jesse Story. Louisiana's on my bucket list. I've never been there. I did get to go to Texas and cruise through Texas. Everybody there was super nice. And I can't believe those damn Bucky gas stations. We don't have those out here. That Bucky's gas station blew my mind. And then my buddy's all, hey, you got to get a pulled pork sandwich with a pickle. I was like, what? So there's a million gas pumps at these Bucky's gas stations. If you guys aren't from Texas, or I don't know if they have those in other states. And then there's like this giant, monstrous store with restaurants and drinks and clothes and everything's in there. The whole world's at Bucky's. Never been to one before. It's absolutely amazing. And I think I got it on a video there when I went to Texas for that Bring It Home World Record Parade, for the biggest parade of Harley Davidson motorcycles. And, dude, the Bucky's was cool. We never stopped and had lunch anywhere else because we had to drive all the way across Texas, and we went into Oklahoma. And you didn't have to, you're going to get gas anyways, and then you might want to have a beer or something. It was hot out there. And we never stopped anywhere but the Bucky's. It had everything. It was absolutely amazing. I got the sticker. I bought a sticker pack, dude. I got the little Bucky's. I don't know if he's a beaver. I think he's a beaver. And I got the stickers. Bucky's are insane. Keith in. Dude, I'm telling you, I go back to Texas, I'm going to the damn gas station. How silly is that? And I'll probably grab another sandwich too. Oh man, great videos, Dave. I'm 38 years old with 15 years experience as industrial mechanic at food beverage company. Make 100K with overtime, looking to switch careers, but scared of starting over. I'm good at electrical. You'd fit right in for HVAC then. I don't know where you're located as far as wages go, because you're making good money. But yeah, man, you'd be right in there. Get your EPA 608, and then someone's going to hire you. That's a fact of the matter. Then read a ton, and there you can learn a ton on YouTube. YouTube, we can talk about YouTube for a minute. YouTube's absolutely amazing. Why did I even start putting videos up? I'm trying to think. How did I stumble onto this thing? Oh, did I ever tell you guys how I stumbled onto the HVAC YouTube? Leave me a comment and then we can get into it for a second. It's actually kind of funny. We're getting 2 Buc-ee's in South Carolina. Oh, Roger, you lucky son of a gun. Oh, Family Sanchez, HVAC, Buc-ee's, drinking and riding, Joe Shayer. Hey, you can have like a little light beer with your lunch and chill out for an hour. And then you can get back on your bike. And then you sweat it all out anyways. Maybe you only drink half of it and throw it in the trash. I think 90% of my calls are electrical. Tony Williams, that is absolutely correct. Dave, what's going on? How you been? Andrew Oliver, I've been good, man. Just going for it. Buc-ee's has the best breakfast burritos. Oh, I didn't try the breakfast burrito. I didn't even know they had those. Because I was walking back to the drink aisle, and then they have all, where they make the sandwiches right there. And I did notice there was another aisle of food on the other side. But the front, when I came in, those sandwiches were there, and we were getting the sandwiches. I didn't know they make breakfast burritos. See, now I have to go back and try one. Dave, I have a day job where I am a centrifugal chiller mechanic for 16 years. I started a side business about 3 years ago. I enjoy your videos and wondering if I could do refrigeration also. Yeah, that's what I do. I work my day job, and then I have my refrigeration business, and it works out really well. I see Source in Northern Oregon, Southern Oregon. Yeah, Source Mechanical. They're doing the grocery stores, right, Tony? Northern California, Southern Oregon. Yep, Source. They drive the Source guys on those. I think they do more than just grocery stores. They do a ton of stuff. And they drive those guys all over. Do centrifugal chiller mechanics make good money? Out here I'm close to the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. Yeah, they do really, really well. They work a crap ton of hours. Big time. Dave, you ever get to the East Coast, you gotta check out Wawa. All right, we'll make a note of that. Andrew Oliver, is Buc-ee's Texas only or other states? Well, Roger G says they're getting some Buc-ee's in South Carolina, so I wish they had them here. Shit, I wish I could buy a franchise of a Buc-ee's. I'd kill it. I need to know how you got started in YouTube, Steve Stone. We could talk about that. So, let's see. My YouTube channel started off with like motorcycle videos and some other stuff way, way back in 2010. There's some really old videos on there. We used to go out to Las Vegas every year and putt around on these little bikes, and I'd put funny videos up. And I was making songs back then too. I had some funny songs for those dudes, and there's some really old videos way back then of that kind of stuff. And then my channel I didn't do much with it. And it was more for just fun and goofing off. So it kind of sat dormant there for a few years. And then we were at the day job one day at lunch. And my coworker, he goes, "Hey, you got to see this video." And I'm all, "What are you doing?" He's all, I'm watching a video on YouTube on my phone. And I'm like, "All right, let's check it out." And the video was, HVAC guys gotta eat. And it was Fritz Rochester's. And I'd never seen anybody make food like that guy was eating, dude. So, he's all Southern guy, right? Or, I don't know. No, he's not the South. Where's he at? Louisville's? Yeah, he's in Louisville's, Kentucky. So I don't even think that's the South. But anyways, he's making some crazy ass food. He was making sandwiches. And I'd never seen anything like it in my life. And then we started watching a couple more videos, and this guy's wrenching on his furnace and some air conditioning. And I was like, and there wasn't a whole lot of refrigeration videos back then. Jim Pettinato was on there. Then from that, I stumbled on to, they had like a Google, it was like a YouTube HVAC community thing. And I think Rob Dippold put it on. And Labs was in there. And I think Ralph was in there, and Zach. And I don't know if Stephen Reardon was in that thing or not. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. All those dudes were in there, and they'd post stuff on that little Google. It was like a little community thing. And so I watched what they were doing, and I started watching all their videos. And I was like, oh crap, it looks like you just go out there and film what you're doing. I go, I know a little bit about this stuff. I'll go on there and share some knowledge and see what happens. And it slowly went, and I figured I found that iMovie app for the iPhone, and I figured I could do this from my phone. My wife's not going to kill me because I'm not spending a bunch of time on a computer every night editing movies. I hear these guys all talk about, oh, I spend days editing, and it takes so long to edit. Dude, NorCal Day is not doing that. I've, I'm filming as I'm working, and I know they're not as good at videos as other guys that are actually getting in there and they're thinking about how they're going to film it, and they got time. And I just go out there and film what I'm doing, and it's usually with this hand, when the camera's in this hand, and I'm filming. And lately, I've been trying to take the tripod to make the videos longer and show more work. And then it's on my phone, and if I used to do it in sequence how I was doing, so the editing was real easy. And then I figured out how to put the cheesy non-copyrighted YouTube music in there. Um, And I found out that if you did like 5 seconds of songs off the radios, I would always throw that in there. You don't get a copyright strike. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured it out. And then that's why I'm driving, and you hear all the funny music and stuff in the background or when I'm driving. And then so I could get done with the job at the job site, sit in the van, do the invoice. I print them out on my printer from this app on my phone. I'd have the thing edited. I wouldn't use my cell um, service to upload to YouTube, but when I got home and I had internet, I could just put the phone down and hit upload to YouTube. And then I'm not spending all this time on a computer getting in trouble at home because my ass still has to fold laundry and do the dishes just like the rest of you guys. so, so I stay out of the doghouse. And and that's how the YouTube thing got started. And it works great. I think the iMovie app was $5, and there's a lot on it that I don't use that I've rolled into lately. Dude, you can do picture in picture. You can do side by side. You can make it into green screen. Um, you can do a lot with just your phone. So that's how I've been doing it. So I didn't have to spend a bunch of time on a laptop. What happened to Jim P? HVAC tried. Jim P still working. I called him not too long ago because somebody said the guy passed away, and that was baloney. He's out there working. I think he could probably got sour on YouTube. I think in his last video, there were some guys that YouTube policed him. It's kind of bullshit, I think. He changed the compressor and not a condenser fan motor with the compressor. I've done that a million times in my videos. Um, you don't know how much money your customer has. We don't know what another guy does when they get on a job. Maybe they quoted it with the condenser fan motor. Maybe they didn't. Sometimes I just go in there and the motor looks good. Give this guy a deal. I'll do the compressor and the dryer and be on my way. A lot of times I don't even change the cap tube out. I'll back blow it if it's good. I have it on the truck if it doesn't come out good. And then you're doing the cap tube with it. But everyone says you're supposed to do the compressor, do the condenser fan motor, do the cap tube, all in one deal. Yeah, sure. In a perfect world. So I think some guys got on him, and then he just went, bring, laters. Um, but that guy, he was like the old dudes that taught me the trade. Um, let's see. Uh, Family Sanchez says he passed away for real? Question mark. No. I called that guy. He was alive, and he answered his phone, and he was super cool. And he was really nice to me too. Um, he was working away, still working. Yeah, that's right. Screw the YouTube police. Matter of fact, we haven't the YouTube police. Um, the YouTube police are epic, in epic proportions all the time. They'll bust your balls for anything. Listen to that bass line I made. You could tell what I thought of the YouTube police when I picked up my bass guitar. If that's like a big middle finger to the YouTube police. I remember when I recorded this, the NFL playoffs were on, and I was just like, but the bass line's so damn good. I guess the 49ers will have to win it without me today. Dude, they will get you. They'll absolutely get you if you don't purge your nitrogen on your video. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it big time. Oh man. Oh, Jacob H, play the YouTube police song. I was just playing it. Did he come over? Hey Dave, did you get your vaccine? Oh yeah, I got the vaccine, both doses of the Pfizer. Um, did uh, did the song come through? That was a funny one. Yeah, the day job. We got the vaccine, and I think we just got an email saying they're probably going to try and make it mandatory for the people that didn't. I don't know how that's going to work out. We'll see. I don't always do the CFM, Felipe. I like to. Sometimes I'll do the 30-minute vacuum. Do you guys still do that one? You get a big old rush. Hold on, I dropped my pen. Let's say the calls are stacking up, and you know you've done a good job. So, dude, the old timers before all the micron gauges and stuff, we would we would uh we would do like the 30-minute. Oh, sorry about the delay. We do like the 30-minute micro vacuum. Do you guys ever do that? Micron gauges and on there, and away you go. 30 minutes and down the road, Scotland. Yep, that's we didn't have micron gauge when I started. The old timers we would put it on the vacuum pump, go to lunch, and come back. That was their deal, which is funny because like on some of the stuff, I just did it for shits and giggles. Put the pump on there with the micron gauge for 30 minutes and see where you get. You get pretty damn close, believe it or not. Um, Hell yeah, but without a manifold. Yeah, I like to pull vacuums with just the one hose. And you guys, I don't know if I told you, I'm not like sour on the blue hose. I just didn't buy all the fittings for it, so it doesn't fit in a lot of places for me. But I have the Yellow Jackets 3/8 hoses. It has a 3/8 on one end and the 1/4 inch on the other. I love those things. They just work. And I'll use the crap out of those. Micron what? Dave, did you hear that Caitlyn Jenner may be your next governor? Yeah, old old Caitlyn Jenner's gonna run for governor. Isn't that gonna blow some minds? How are they gonna pick on that dude? Or pardon me, that lady? Yeah. God, dude, I'm so old. When I was a kid, Bruce was on the box of Wheaties, dude, like this, winning the decathlon, like the 10 sport thing. Now he might be the governor as a lady. Isn't that rad? Oh man, I always do 20 to 30 minutes on units are temping fine. Yeah, that's what we used to do. I the It's cool to break out all the gadgets on a brand new install. I really like doing that. For example, like when I put that walk-in box in at the flower place, everything's brand new. Did a killer install. Yeah, dude, I got the micron gauge up there and I pulled it way, way down. And then I know that brand new unit, I put the coil in, I ran the pipe, I set the condensing unit, the whole thing's dialed. And I know how low I pulled the micron. I really like weighing the charge in and writing how much charge is in there. So if I have to come out on a night call, I can look at that unit and go, all right, it's 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Then I'll know if I have enough refrigerant in the truck. Otherwise, I might have to turn that thing off overnight till I can get some gas the next day. So I really like to know how much I have, well, how much the unit takes. So that's why you'll see in my videos, I always write the charge on there when I recharge them. I just like to know how much is in there, which is, it kind of helps me out. Should California get nuked if it wins governor? No, dude. That dude would probably be a good governor, better than the one we got. Um, but I don't think Newsom's gonna get recalled, dude. It's a one-party system in California. It's over. Party's over. 2 cigarettes and a cup of coffee. Alan H.V.A.C. That's how long his vacuum's going for. Get a 35-year-old meat case on its third compressor. 500 microns don't exist. That's real world. I like talking real world stuff. You know, there's a lot of videos where I've done it. So Phil Peace said they used to send me stuff, and Navac sent me some stuff. I try to be honest about it, but sometimes you get it new and you haven't played with it for a long time. You're like, oh, this new stuff, da 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 da, killer, blah 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 blah, and then you find out, retro, maybe in the real world setting, no man, there's too much going on in a day, and I like talking about the real world stuff. Yeah, if I get 3 or 4 calls after working all day, probably, yeah, maybe the micron gauge doesn't come out. It depends what the problem is and what's going on with the system. Probably, yeah, 30-minute special. If I have to do like 2 compressor changeouts after work, and I've done that before, it's going to get the 30-minute special. But like I said, though, I've done experiments where put a vacuum pump on a system for 30 minutes with the micron gauge. It gets pretty damn close, depending on what's going on in there. It'll get pretty close. The only reason I see microns being so important now is because the equipment is so sensitive and efficient anymore. But I almost never flow nitrogen and rarely use a micron gauge, and shit works. Yeah, that is true. I have gotten in a good habit with the nitrogen. I buy those smaller. I don't buy the small tanks like our oxygen. You can get them the size of your oxygen tanks. To me, those are just useless unless you have a bad back or something. But the next one's up. I usually can get those. Get it in a place, but I'm not welding. Some stuff I'll braze before I got it all set up to do the purge, so not all the pipes getting purged. But I do try to get it in there if I remember to leave myself a bunch of joints to braze up. But there has been a lot of times I just get going and forget. You guys ever do that? You're just like, oh shit, I'm already halfway down the road here brazing stuff. Better go grab that nitrogen tank or I'm gonna get YouTube policed. How do you feel about liquid filter pressure gauges? Liquid filled pressure gauges. Thinking of getting them. Worth the money? Question mark. I had a bunch of those back in the day. I liked them. It's up to you. I haven't bought them again. I bought them back in the day, and they lasted a long time, and I liked it. But just the regular analog gauges. How much does a gauge cost now? $26. And let's see, what's the one I buy now? I get the one that's got 134A, 404A, and I think, what's the other refrigerant on there? I should know that. 134, 404. I can't remember what the third refrigerant. I just buy that gauge every time to like $26. When I drop, I usually drop them and kill them. Is usually how I end up buying a new gauge for my manifold. And I think I've had that manifold since 2008. It's a yellow jacket manifold. I love the analogs. I'm not gonna lie. And I got one set of analogs and one set of digitals, and I put every single refrigerant through both of them. I put burnouts through them, and I put everything through them. You worked on ice machines before? Yeah, I do a lot of ice makers. Tons of ice makers. Something is causing the compressor to fail, and you don't figure it out. The same thing will happen over again if something else is killed. Oh, that's true. Usually when a compressor dies, you need to find out why, unless it's old or something. But if it keeps going out, yeah, you got to take a deep dive into this. That's when it's time to take a big old deep dive into that system and find out what's going on. Scotland Heating and Air, Stray Bright, number 8. I'm in HVAC jail. Hey, 134, 404, and 22. Felipe, you're right. It does still have R22 on those gauges. That's the one. The old school skunk bud. Remember the old school skunk bud? Yeah, I grew like 4 plants last year. It came out really good. And then I screwed up on the last batch when I went and rode motorcycles in Arizona, and I had it drying out in the garage. And when I left, I put the lid on the tub, and it all went to mold. The second batch went to mold. I sold the first batch, and then the second batch went to mold. And I had this one it was called Jet Fuel Gelato, and it was supposed to pep you up a little bit, and I killed it. I killed it all. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Stay Bright 8 if that's what you use. I just use the Silphos 15 and then the silver solder. And guys have told me you don't need the flux. You can buy the rod that has the flux built on it. That stuff does work pretty good. But I'm just so old in my ways. I just still buy the 55% and the flux and then the 15%. And that's all I'm using. My gauge has a dollar sign on it, not R22. I was telling my dad about your corded H10, and I'll be damned if the old man didn't have one too. Yeah. So I got the H10G. I bought that one in 2003, and it's still alive and ticking. Now I've had to change the sensor out in it a bunch of times over the years, and I just used it the other day, and I think, dude, it picks up all the refrigerants just fine. It works. The thing still works, and I don't have the H10 Pro. I have the older H10 PM. That's cordless. And that one I've had to put batteries. I've had to change the batteries and sensors and all that stuff, but it still works good. And I'm still tinkering with the Inficon thing, and I'm still playing with it. And I did get a dud the first time, and they sent out another one. The second one works good. It's been working. And then they sent me the Stratus to pluck that video off of YouTube, my criticism video that showed the dud. And I did. I pulled it. Um, and that's fine. Not, yeah, kind of a sellout. I kind of sold out on that one. I pulled the video, and they sent me a $900 leak detector that I don't use. It just sits in the fan, and I still use the H10. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that thing. I think the Select is, or the Detect 3. The Detect 3, you don't need. I don't need the screen with parts per million, and that I did pay for that leak detector. It was $400, and I don't see a need for the $900 one. If you guys are looking at those two leak detectors, it's the same leak detector, but one doesn't have the screen, and it's half the price. Same guts, same everything. So I should probably do a video on that. I want to find some more small leaks and just convince myself that things, they work good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so used to the H10, you get used to your tools, and I'll be damned if that field piece heated diode SRL8 or SLR8, whatever it is, that little leak detector kicks ass. It gets squirrely, but that thing works for 200 and something bucks. That thing, man. How did I get on the leak detector? CC the cat called me a sellout. CC, I sold out. The microphone's not working. Breaker, 19 coming over. Let me see if my device. Oh, yeah. You know what? You guys are right. All right. Now, microphone back working. I saw my connection came loose on my connector there. Are we back? Check 1, 2, 3. 3? Testes 1, 2, 3. Felipe likes the SLR8. Does it for me. It's a good leak detector. I could never dog that thing out. HVAC shop talk. You got it. You're back. Oh, we had a problem with the microphone. Little technical difficulties tonight. But That's the best it's worked all night. So, yeah, you know what? I probably didn't have the damn thing. The cord probably wasn't plugged in all the way. That is some funny stuff. Listen, you can hear my furnace is going to fire off. We've had a damn cold spell right now. Can you guys hear the inducer in the background? Watch, I'm going to turn the microphone volume up. Watch this. HVAC guy probably needs to do a tune-up on that inducer motor. Here it goes. Main flame should be coming. Listen for it. Let's see if we can hear it. There it goes. Main burn. I got the Bryant JAV, the 80%er. Those are good furnaces. Yeah, there it goes. We just had the sequence of operation there on my furnace. Yeah, we've had a damn cold snap, and it's going to rain Sunday. Your helmet looks like a stormtrooper, Joe Shayer. Yep. Check out the best part of my helmet, Joe. On the back, look. I got my Prince sticker on there. That guy was a musical genius. Then I got a bunch of reflective stickers on there for all the cagers, so their headlights can see the back of my helmet if I get stuck driving at night. I don't like to ride at night. And then I'm rocking the most awesome communication device, the Lexan G16. So you can answer your phone, you can talk to your buddies, listen to your music, FM radio if you want to. And they're priced to sell. And the battery on that damn thing lasts forever. I don't know how they did it. But the battery, Roger G heard my furnace light off. That ain't no Ream furnace, Joe. That's a Bryant. Bryant's carrier stuff. God, they sell a ton of that crap around here. It's good. HVAC and electrical with these. Hey, NorCal. Hey. That's funny, dude. I didn't have the microphone plugged in. Could you guys hear all this crap earlier? Yeah. I found you out of luck. Where are you at? Steve Bynes. I'm in Santa Cruz, California. Every time La Nina happens, April gets funky. Very true, very true. Big South swell coming. It's supposed to be a 20-second interval, so the waves should get good this weekend. We'll see how good. The wind might be on it, though, and make it funky. It's all good when it lights. Yeah, it's all good when it lights. No doubt about it. I did a podcast the other day with the wrong mic for 30 minutes at the beginning. Oh, man. So I don't know. I'll make a video of how I hook all this stuff up to the iPhone. It's pretty cool. And I use the interface I use for the guitars, that how I record my songs goes into this other thing. I got the microphone hooked in, so it'll all interface to the phone. But I don't think I had the cord plugged in. You guys are sharp. I don't know how. It must have just been using the phone for my voice. That's pretty cool. So it has its own default backup. Could you guys hear the music when I played it earlier? I guess if the microphone wasn't working, you guys weren't hearing all the funny songs, huh? Lee Hare, YouTube Police Baseline. Well, now that we're hooked up, let's take a listen. Let's see. Let's see what we got here for the YouTube Police Baseline. Here, let's crank it up here. Police, YouTube Police. Man, they got my boy OC. They got Lex Vance. And they got Steve Labs. YouTube Police. They did, dude. The YouTube Police Labs, too. Let me see your micron gauge. They cracking balls as fast as they can. I think there's a lyric in there about John, too. Even John made it to the YouTube Police song. I didn't have CC the cat in there, but I had John. John made it to the YouTube Police. Did that come through for you guys? Oh yeah, dude, I have so many funny songs, it's hilarious. Hello from safe city of Tallahassee, CC the cat. We need to do a CC the cat song. What happened to Lex Vance? Lex Vance's channel is blowing up. He's up to like 36,000 subscribers, dude. He's the maintenance. What's his channel? The Dirty Maintenance? He does apartment maintenance. And Lex kills it. He's a real musician. He was actually a professional musician. I'm just a hack in the garage. But play the El Diablo Run song. Didn't hear it. All right, Trev, let's do it. But yeah, Lex is blowing up on YouTube. He's like for reals. I'm still small potatoes. Um, I dig Lex, man. I like Lex's channel too. All right, here comes the El Diablo Run song. Let's see what happens. It's like 80s. Yeah, I play the keyboards too. That's actually me on the drums. It's not a drum machine.
Get ready for the run.
Get it right here.
Don't forget your sunscreen, cause there's always lots of sun. Cock the gun, circle of death, it's got it all. But the most important thing, don't forget to shave your balls. El Diablo Run. Ay, Dios mío. El Diablo Run. Motos con amigos. El Diablo Run.
Oh, yeah.
Ay, Dios
I'm heading
mío.
out there Tuesday after work.
Diablo Run. Motos con amigos.
Yep, I'm going to be heading out there Tuesday after work. I'm going to go to SoCal and putt around for a little bit, and then I think Wednesday I'll be out there Baldwin Park area. Felipe supposed to take me to the taco stand. What was the name of that taco place, Felipe, in East LA? I forgot. He had told me what it was called. He says the food there is really good. I got to go check it out. What'd you guys think of that song? Pretty funny stuff. Yeah, Rogers, all that's 80s for sure. Oh, yeah. You bring in the purple suit for the El Diablo Run, your Spanish is getting better. Yeah, it is. And then I was trying to learn this for Spanish for the Sucias. I was going to try and tell them. Let me think about it for a second because I'll probably screw it up real good. I was going to go, Donde Pongo, Pepinillo, Apestoso. Where do I put the stink pickle? I was trying to figure out how to say that. Donde Pongo, Pepinillo, Apestoso. Where do I put the stink pickle? Oh, I'm working on it. And what was the other one? The other one I was trying to get was where do I put the hot dog water? I think it's like donde pongo el agua de perrito caliente. Where do I put the hot dog water? Oh man, it's a work in progress. Blessings from Saint Lucia. All right, you probably work on a bunch of mini splits out there. I bet you guys are air conditioned to the max. Mucho poco. Ty Huffman's in the house. Oh, so the restaurant I'm supposed to try is Felipe's telling me it's called King Taco. What town is that one in, Felipe? I don't think I'm gonna be driving right by there. I'm gonna have to go check out King Taco. Oh, Cece the cat says a cop got killed at King Taco. That's right. Cece's in SoCal. Oh, you guys are in SoCal. Where's all the NorCal guys at? 28 here this morning, 86 next Wednesday. WTF, Scotland. Wow, that's a big jump. So, Scotland, when that thing goes to 86 degrees, are you getting AC calls? And you'll probably find every dirty condenser in town, I bet. Probably, no doubt about it. Dirty condensers equal big money. Dude, do you guys ever like those days where you'll get like, the weather gets warm, the phone blows up, and it's just like fishing. You're just driving around cleaning coils all day, right? Reeling it in. Fish on. Most of my customers do repair on break. They don't do any maintenance. And it's dirty coil central everywhere. Cece the cat says King Taco is not safe for the choir boys. City of Eagle Rock, Cyprus. Repair on break is expensive. Yeah, it is. And it's, you gotta give it to the chain stores. The chain restaurants are probably the cleanest that I've seen because dude, I work on a lot of mom and pop places and you can watch my videos. You've seen my ice maker videos. And the chain restaurants are having regular maintenance, and it's all worked into their pricing and their business model. And the one thing that I try to tell my customers that are the mom and pop stores that I've seen in the chain restaurants is put all your equipment on wheels, get all your hot side equipment with the quick connects so you can rip it all out of there and thoroughly clean your place every night. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass for the workers because they're not used to it, but when they're trained and taught to do it every day, it becomes normal. And then the next thing is I just can't sell them maintenance. They're not going to pay me to come out and clean stuff, so they'll just wait till it breaks and then you go clobber them. And look at the ice maker. Almost every ice maker call I get, I end up having to do the scrub-a-dooski on. It's a couple hours minimums to get in there and scrub those things. You guys know that. If you got to take it all apart, scrub it up as good as you can. You got to kill all the ice in the bin, clean the bin. Yeah, you're 2 to 3 hours minimums in there. And then you're going to find stuff that's broken and it's super, super expensive to where if they stayed on top of it, maybe it's only an hour to clean it every 3 months instead of, coming in there every 6 months and just clobbering them. It's tough. Lee Hare, multiple offender. I made those videos all about the multiple offender and all my stupid, silly, funny words is just to try and make it fun for people learning the trade and make it blue collar. There's enough guys out there on YouTube that are professional and being all tight and to the book, which is great. It's great teachers out there, great guys doing stuff, taking it serious. I might turn off a lot of viewers thinking that I don't respect the trade or take it serious, but I do. Hopefully it shows in my work and how I treat my customers. I try to, my customers aren't my enemy, they're my friends, and it's relationships. You see a lot of guys that go out on calls like their customers their enemy. It's like you can't have that mindset. It's got to be, I'm not coming here one time. I'm coming here until I retire. I'm going to fix your gear forever till I'm done. And hopefully it works out for the both of us. I do a good job, you like me, and it works. And um but I do take a lighter side to things, probably from all the beatings I took doing this trade coming up. You can only be so serious and so regimented for so long before you're so beat down to where you have to enjoy what you do every day. Um, and I do. I really enjoy it. I've talked about it before. I used to have a hard time going on vacations as I was just service call, service call, service call, service call, service call. Oh, what we're gonna go do a 5-dayer in Mexico with the kids, and then the brakes have to be put on. I couldn't do it. I was lost in space, and I had to teach myself how to do it from all those years of grinding. And that can happen with this trade too. Um, so I put it in my videos just to try and show other people. Maybe they're going through burnout. Maybe they're stressing out on the trade or what. And nowadays, there's so much to learn. And I'm guilty of this. I can't retain everything I need to remember to work, especially at my day job. You know, between boilers, mini splits, chillers, all the new stuff with the refrigeration units, everything that's coming down the pipe, all this stuff. And we have to remember it all. And when you get out there, you got to fix it. So it's I got to stay fun. I got to have fun with it. And let it kick my ass. It's okay if you get your ass kicked out there. I still do. There's pieces. I got some Lochinvar old power fin boilers right now kicking my ass. Um, and they come off a 4-inch gas line and they share it. And I'm watching gas pressure drop, and I was thinking I was having a gas volume supply issue. My gas guy's telling me I'm not. And I can run the system off one boiler, but I can't run lead lag. I can't run them both without them both tripping. And I'm still digging into it, and I'll let you guys know what I find out. I can't film at work, but I sure can talk about it. And I got a leaky pump seal on one of the pumps there too. I got to change out. It's a Bell and Gossett. I got to do the pump seal, get that squared away. I know the one boiler's good, and the other boiler has been tripping off on high limit, and I think I figured that part out. There's a three-way valve in the back, and I think it's not opening when it's supposed to, and it's causing the boiler to trip on high limit. Now, I haven't figured out yet why they're both not running at the same time, and I still have a suspicion it's a gas volume supply issue, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Oops. And you get to hear about that on the Refrigeration channel. So, yeah, I still take a butt whooping out there. Dave, Roger G, I grew up watching Lost in Space. I used to watch Lost in Space. That was a great show. Will Rogers. That was a good show. That one freaky guy that always hung out with the robot, though, dude. That guy always freaked me out. I can't remember his name, but that freaky, goofy, fruity guy on there. His character used to trip me out when I was a kid. Chilled guy, can you clock the meter? Well, I'm gonna have to do something like that with this and figure out my gas volume. So yeah, you can clock the meter on a big old giant system like that. You sure can. And that's where I'm heading to. But I got so much other calls at work. It's like I get a couple hours on it here, and now I got to go do everything else that's on my schedule. It's just like working on the outside, but you're it's like its own little city up there. It's a trip, and we're really shorthanded. I got 3 openings up there right now for HVAC mechanics. And that's after a pandemic. You know, the HVAC trade, you'll always have a job. There's no way that you won't have work doing this trade. And we still get overtime in the whole deal. It's killer. I mean, what more could you ask? We went through this whole pandemic. We all worked. Isn't that crazy? Some people lost their jobs. Some people weren't working. We got to work through the whole thing. Absolutely crazy. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, that robot was a trip. John is the unofficial mayor. CC is the chief of police. Oh, John. John. Let's see. I do 2 jobs also, and it caused my first divorce. Yep. We had that talk earlier today how working so much HVAC, you could end up in a divorce. I was telling the young guys if they could get into grocery store refrigeration, but I did forget to mention if you're single, if you're young and single and you get in the grocery store gig and you're disciplined, you could rat hole a ton of money because you're going to work a gazillion hours. You know, I always think like if I had a time machine and I hit the reset button, what would Dave do? Yeah, let's get in that grocery store racket and just rat hole and then buy Apple stock. God, could you imagine all the money I was wasting doing HVAC in the 80s and early 90s? I could have put 25, 30 grand into Apple. I had people tell me about it too, believe it or not. I didn't know what the stock market was or all this stupid stuff. Could have done it, could have had a boatload. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I think although money probably would have ruined my soul for reals though. So I'm probably right where I need to be, working a ton. Hey, David, what's going on? California for vacation. Where should I go? Santa Cruz. Beach Boardwalk. You'll love the weather. Then you could go to, well, I would say go to San Francisco, but San Francisco sucks now. San Diego is a great place. You can never go wrong with a San Diego vacation. It's probably my favorite city in California. I used to like Portland a lot. Portland was like a sneaker getaway trip. Like a little city with the rivers and the whole deal. And it used to be really cool. Well, I wouldn't go there. But that's in Oregon. But it was pretty cool. But no, San Diego's great. There's so much to do in that whole San Diego area. All the beaches, Old Town. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Santa Cruz ain't bad. It's just small. It's a small town. And we got all the redwoods if you like hiking and stuff, biking and hiking. It's pretty cool here. Pretty damn nice. Um, let's see. See the cat's being naughty. Hey David, what? Oh, okay, got there. Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, I missed on the Bitcoin too. I had heard about the Bitcoin. I didn't understand it, and I wasn't gonna dump money into Bitcoin, and I blew it. That was a man. That was another one. Oh yeah, Roger G likes Monterey. Monterey's nice. If you come to Santa Cruz, you could do Monterey. Monterey's really cool too. And then there's Carmel right there too. Really nice. Um, I'm trying to think, man. There's so much to do. And then if you can go up north, up the coast, up north too, like Mendocino and stuff is really, really pretty. Santa Cruz is neat though because I have the beach and I have the redwoods. So it's pretty damn cool here. Like you guys see my motorcycle videos where I'm carving up the roads in the redwoods. That's like 10 minutes from my house. And then the ocean's less than a half a mile right here. San Diego is one of the best places in the world. Absolutely agree, Family Sanchez. That's my favorite city in California. Um, I actually their ballpark's nice. We used to go down there and watch Giants games, and the Petco. I don't know if it's still called Petco or not, but that's a pretty cool ballpark. I'll ballpark for the Giants in San Francisco is probably one of the best. It's pretty sick. Um, Jose Rivera, you're the man. Thank you, Jose. You're the man right now. Portland sucks. Even their strip clubs suck. Family Sanchez. Dude, could you what would let's all take a minute and visualize what a strip club in Portland, Oregon would look like. Let's see. Probably some hairy armpit beatnik chicks with Birkenstocks on. That's what I would imagine. Maybe some tie-dye some tie-dye bikini bottoms. Oh man. Oh, dude. Roger wants to know if I have an extra room. I have the Bob Marley room right here in the garage. It's got surfboards, motorcycles, gym, drums, helmet. Oh, Portland. Ty's all very comfortable. Yeah, the Birkenstock. I never had a pair of Birkenstocks, dude, but I would always tease my friends, dude. Like if they had like the hippie girlfriends, dude, it's like instead of like boots up, it was always like Birkenstocks up, dude. Oh man, I have heard they're very comfortable. Yeah, I saw their empty building up there. Like when you go to Santa Rosa, they used to have a big old building up there for their company. That whole campus is empty now. It looks empty. Lots of honeys in San Diego, says Felipe. Yeah, there is. There definitely is. Do you ever do Eureka? I haven't been through Eureka since 2000 and I think it was 2008. We rode, or maybe 2010. We went up to the up in Anacortes, Washington, the little island up there. They do the Oyster Run. It's like a motorcycle event. It's like they would call it like the last run of the season, and they do it at the end of September. And every time we went up there, we'd get rained on, which is hilarious. Um, that was the last time I went to Eureka. We took the coast on the way home. It was really nice. But hey, that island up there, it's north of Seattle, Anacortes. Really, really nice. Cool stuff. I like that area a ton. I'm taking CC cruising through the Logan area, Felipe. CC likes to hang out on Figueroa. Check out the honeys. So many crappy Goodman in Louisiana. The condensers suck, but the food will blow your mind. I bet. Ryan Hallett, I live here in Portland my whole life. It's changed. I'm 43. I used to dig Portland. Portland was great, dude. They'd have all the food trucks out there, and you could do the breweries. Um, I don't know, I'm talking like 10, 15 years ago. Killer. Killer little I used to call it the hideaway. It was like kind of like you'd get the effect of like city living, but it was kind of mellow. I don't know what it's like now. I haven't been there in a long time. That was the last time I went through the Portland area too. Is when we went to the oyster run on the way up. We took I-5 and we ended up going through Portland and all that, and then on the way home we took the coast. And yeah, Portland was cool. Biggest wave I've ever surfed, I ain't gonna lie, probably like a 10-footer at Moss Landing. Moss Landing, big beach break, it's hollow. But I never charged it when it was like 15 feet out there. I like breathing too much. But I'd go out there and take my beatings. When it'd be like 10 foot, probably when I'd cut the limit off out there, and you'd take a whooping. And that was probably about it. What other YouTube have you met in person from the trade? Let's see. What other YouTuber have I met in person? Huh. That does HVAC. I don't think I've met any of you guys in person, have I? I've met people that watch the videos at the parts house and out around in town working, but people that do YouTube that I've met in person. I haven't met any. I don't think I've met anybody yet. I was telling Chris we need to do like a meet and greet in Vegas one year, like have a party. Maybe when this pandemic craps over and we could do our thing. Dave, have you been to Hanford, California? I have been through Hanford, California. Yeah, a lot of dairies out there and farms, and that's the Central Valley living out in there. Hanford, California, be 100 degrees all summer. No joke. But it's a dry heat. Homeless all over. Yeah, Santa Cruz is full of homeless. Santa Cruz looks like a miniature Portland. It's a shitbag city everywhere, tents everywhere, homeless. They're all stuffing needles in their arms, and then the needles are all over everywhere. And the city leaders here are very similar to Portland. So they give them free needles because they don't want them to catch AIDS. That's the cover story. And it's, yeah, heroin and meth in a needle. And then mixed in with mentally ill. And I think sometimes the mentally ill guys are probably doing drugs too. So, yeah, it's a big mess. Big, big mess. I don't know how you get out of it, honestly. I really don't. Goodman equipment isn't that bad, Family Sanchez. There's actually, they got the high end 2-stage modulating 90% Goodman on campus at this, they call it like a provost house. It's a pretty tricked out unit. It's not bad. It does what it's supposed to do. So, Jesse Story, El Chapo Taco and Tire. Where's that at? Am I going there for tacos? Dave, got a question for you all. I've got 2 years in the trade world, and it seems like a technician is a sales job nowadays. All about upsell. Any thought? Yeah, I would never ever, myself personally speaking, I would never ever work for a company that did what's the word I'm looking for? You get paid for the more parts you sell. What's that word I'm looking for, you guys? I would never do that personally. That's just my personal stance. I want to work and get paid by the hour, like the old school. And that gives me the flexibility to be honest with the customers and just fix what needs to be fixed. You know, we had a rule at the shop I worked at because we did do residential heating in wintertime along with all the commercial air conditioning and heating. And Rich's old rule was if the furnace is 20 years old, I'm not putting money into it. And that was he was the owner of the shop, and that was his rule. So if I went out and they had a dead blower motor and it was 20 years old, if they were stone cold broke and the heat exchanger looked good, he'd bend his rules and we'd fix it for him. If the gas valve is dead and the inducer motor's going out and the furnace was 20 years old, He wouldn't repair it. He would just tell him, hey, I'd give you a price for a new one, and this is why. He would explain to the customer why, because it's so old, it's just going to come back and crush me. And that was his rule. But I would, yeah, I wouldn't commission. That's the word I'm looking for, commission. You guys are on it. You guys are so good. I wouldn't do it. And I know a lot of guys make a lot of money on commission and would never work any other way. And that's fine. I'm just so old school in the way I was taught to do it. I like to take my time and look at my stuff, see what's broken, and be on as try and be honest as possible. And that's probably why my side business has done so good. I'll uh I'll still put coils and little reach-ins out there if the customer agrees to the price, and try and look it over good. I have burned myself a couple times where I've done an evaporator coil and then the compressor dies down the road, and now they basically got a rebuilt fridge. But I'll try and give them a break, a little bit of a break, and not clobber them too hard. But yeah, I wouldn't do commissions. But there's guys making a lot of money on commission right now. Just replaced a compressor on a 39-year-old heat pump. Let's go. Yeah, Apprentice Phil. That's old school. Um, that's how I am with my refrigeration stuff. Noticed you do a lot of Mexican restaurants. How's your Spanish? I was working on my Spanish earlier for when I go to the El Diablo run. It was I gotta see. Hey, my problem is I have to think about some stuff. I was trying to learn some new stuff. Um, where were we at, guys? I was trying to say donde pongo el agua de burrito caliente. Where do I put the hot dog water? I was working on that one, and then we were trying to work on donde pongo pepinillo apestoso. Where's the stink pickle? I was working on those two new phrases. I know a little bit of Spanish. My wife is Latina, and I know enough to get in trouble. Um, but I don't know enough to have a conversation. That's for sure. Yeah, I know El Baño. I know tequila. I know how when my sobacos are smelling like armpit. A couple little phrases. Monde, que. The hard thing for me with Spanish is if I'm around it all day long every day, I can retain some of it. My problem is trying to pull it out of the air because I think it's better for gringos just to speak English because almost everyone in Mexico now when you go to the tourist areas speaks English. So basically, you could almost just speak English. I should have taken more Spanish in high school. Because I don't. All the places I've gone surfing, I've never been to Hawaii. I always go to Latin countries to surf: Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Mexico. Um, you get so much more bang for your buck traveling, especially if you're surfing, like on surf trips. Dude, Mexico's probably got the best waves in the world, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Uh, a retired customer of mine told me two things when I went into business. If you take care of your customers, he will take care of you. Don't worry about the money, worry about doing a good job. That's and it will find you. That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Just replaced a water pump on a 32-year-old Hoshizaki with R22. Take that. Yep. Dude, as long as the evaporator's not split on those Hoshizakis, they'll run forever. Best ice makers. Good job, Felipe. 32-year-old R22. Dude, you could probably charge that thing up with some 407 if you ever sprung a leak. It probably still worked. Let's see. Kevin VT surfed Mexico 1 year and the water was so warm wax would not stay on it. Well, check this one out. I was down in Troncones surfing, and then we went down to Rio Nexpa when 9/11 happened. And check it out. I had just gotten married. So I got married in 2001. I think I was 32 years old. Yeah, something like that, 32, 33 years old. And so the 9/11 happened, which isn't funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of what I had to tell my boss. Waves are pumping. I'm surfing every day, and it's so damn hot down there. It's like 100 degrees with 100% humidity, mainland Mexico. I would surf like at 5:30 in the morning, and then I would surf again in the evening. The place I stayed at had no air conditioning, so we just hid from the sun all day and tried to stay wet. Either the ocean, the pool was actually too hot because the pool is shallow. So shade, water, ocean, hide from the sun, surf in the morning, surf at night. Well, 9/11 happened, and we were staying out in the jungle, so we kind of got a little bit of news about it and stuff. And I had to call my boss. Well, a couple days went by, and then we found out, hey, there's no airplanes flying. I'm not going home, right? And so I called my boss. I borrowed the phone at the place we were staying at. It was like these bungalows on the beach, right? Open air, no air conditioning, had some mosquito netting. It was surf camp. And I called Fred and I'm all, hey, I don't know when I'm coming back to work. And he was really cool about it, dude. He's like, all right, do your thing. Get back when, as soon as you can, whatever. And what ended up happening was I found out we ended up having to go to the airport like 13 days later. So I got to surf for bonus 13 days. Went to the airport, found out airplane tickets are like currency between the airlines. And I didn't know this. These people helped us out. You can take your airplane ticket from Alaska Air, take it to Aeromexico. They'll take your ticket and then give you tickets. And I ended up getting it. So Mexico was still flying within Mexico. They just weren't flying into the U.S. The U.S. had shut down. Able to take my Alaska airline tickets, trade it to Aeromexico, went to Mexico City and then to Tijuana. Got to Tijuana, got a taxi to the border, crossed, got another taxi, got a rental car, and then drove all the way home. And then that's how I got back from Mexico after 9/11. But what I was talking about the story was I got to surf for an extra 13 days, but it was hot as hell. Fire, dude. Super hot. Wax will melt and the whole deal. Cool Air is pretty much an old school Manitowoc. Yeah. Well, I just told Felipe my story about the Cool Air. Have I gone to Puerto Escondido? Not yet. I haven't been to Puerto Escondido. That's big waves. And there's a point break around the corner from there. Surf mix. Yeah, okay, got that one. Ensenada fish tacos are the best. They're pretty damn good. I like right there at Rosarito Beach, Los Arcos. And then across the street and in is a guy that he only makes beef tacos. It's one taco and everybody goes there. My wife loves that place. But I like the Los Arcos and get the fish tacos there. My kid, he likes those tacos too. His buddy, I took his buddies there. When did we were just down there on Thanksgiving. And those are the best fish tacos. The Baja style fish tacos. And I was telling Felipe about the cooler. So I had a customer bought an ice maker. I went and installed it for him. It's on top of a soda fountain in the restaurant next to the bar, but it's where you can self-serve your sodas. I put it in, I fired it up. I went and grabbed that guy right away. I'm like, hey, you need to come listen to this thing because it has a compressor from a window air conditioner in it, and your ice maker sounds like a window shaker. And they sound like a damn window shaker. And it sounds like that in his restaurant now. I didn't sell it. I just installed it. And now they got a window shaker for an ice maker in the restaurant. You guys know that sound. Window shaker. You want me to do that again? Well, I'm about done for the night. I appreciate everybody coming in and joining the show. God dang, I almost rambled for 2 hours. That's crazy. I hope you guys had a good time, enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll have a refrigeration video, but I'm going to do this. I'll post videos every day of the trip down to San Felipe, and I'm going to get Eric on the damn live stream and then see if we could pull people in to come and chat with us there so you get a feel of the the motorcycle community. It's pretty nice people, and all the place I'm staying at the Palapa, she's got Wi-Fi. Sometimes it'll work there. I think my cell service works down there now too. So I'll try and put. I'll probably just condense everything down into like a 5 or 10 minute video each day, and then at the end when I come home, I'll try and make one big video. They do killer dirt track racing out there. I don't know if they do the Coctagon anymore. In 2019, they didn't do it, and I don't know why. Um, they used to beat each other up with the wiffle ball bats, and the winner would take $500. It was pretty cool. I don't know if they're still going to do that or not. If they do, I'll film it. I'm not jumping in there because I got a bad back, but I'll definitely, if there's anything like that, I'll film it, and I'll film all the racing, and because there's usually some good wrecks. That's why everyone watches NASCARs for the wrecks, and I'm gonna try and ride. We're gonna try and ride out south, past the giant cactuses, and see it. The last time in 2019, the highway wasn't finished. It had all ripped up, and it wasn't done. So they've had 2 years. If the 5 South is paved, there's a bar about 50 miles south called Cow Patty, and then across the street to the ocean are these little areas you can go sit in the ocean. And it's all rocky and nice. I'll try and film some of that cool stuff and take the drone up there and try and get some shots out in the desert and all that kind of fun stuff. Because it's like a little desert fishing town. And I'll try and post up. I don't think I'll have a refrigeration video till after I get back from my trip. And then the phone's ringing. The phone's really not ringing a lot right now either because we're having a cold snap. And we'll usually, if I leave town, the phone will just blow up. So I'll probably be on the road and just start getting call after call. That's usually how it happens. So you guys have a good night. And I'll have to try Felipe. I'll have to try King Taco. I'll put it in the Google map. I don't even know what's the best thing to order there, Felipe, before I turn the phone off. The carne asada tacos? Oh, yeah, Felipe wrote that's the old rotary compressors. Roger G, enjoyed it, Dave. Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate you guys jumping in, man. It's taking time out of your Friday night to watch this goofy dude. I need to get more topics to talk about refrigeration. Maybe I should put a dry erase board behind me and I can answer questions next time. And see how that goes. But that's it. I'm gonna roll out.